Good morning, everybody. Let's start the day. I got a whole bunch of bullshit lined up for this. Let's get it. First I'm going to start off with a small clip. Hopefully, I made everything bigger so everybody can see it better. We're going to go into some biotech bullshit today.
Young Frenchie, 808.
This all makes sense in a second. I just wanted you guys to see this shit first. These are just kind of charts for you. It all makes sense in a second. Okay, what they're doing is they're weaving a network around us. You will be the node, you will be the cell, you will be the one producing the Wi-Fi in this next generation Wi-Fi.
Young Frenchie.
So, when we get to that certain point there, there's going to be a lot of weird shit. So I'm going to go into that afterwards, but just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, so we're going to start with this because it leads into it.
I mean, everybody's had a mark of the beast since 2011 for a critical infrastructure with health level 7. That's our hospitals. You mean Health and Human Services and CMS Medicare is handing out the mark of the beast in the form of a wearable? Or maybe this is business. This is intra-body communication biometrics for DHS several years ago. Business. And Congress, all of this year and last year, has been helping the police get updated with all these drone services. Sean Ryan's bragging about them, so is everybody else. But the general public continues to be weaponized and kept stupid about the fact that our national security is under the skin, looking through your eyeballs, right there in your own house. You're not going to be turning it off, and it doesn't require a tower. Biosignals come from the human body. They're natural. Biophysics uses advanced signal processing to measure bioelectromagnetics, measure the signals coming off the human body in multiple ways.
See, that's happening. Wait, that's early preset, what she's talking about. And then when she's talking about the actual signal and how they're using our biometrics, it goes hand in hand with the jab. Because anyone who got the jab now gives off MAC addresses, but they can already use your etheric energy basically to figure out what's wrong with you and shit. Like, they're just using the natural electrical impulse you come off your body. That's just wearable. Why do they want it under our skin? Why do they want it in us so badly? Plenty of reasons why. Okay, so on to the next one.
My final word is that your body is the node on the network. All this talk about 5G towers in these networks, it's peer-to-peer, and your NFV is network function.
NFV means low Bluetooth. It's like below the one you're used to.
Virtualization. Why does that matter? Because peer-to-peer on a mesh network, those air molecules can just follow you around. The network itself becomes virtual so that it can be controlled. Now that 5G tower is way over there with a bunch of bigger signals that have to be transduced and messed with. That's that front back thing you mentioned too. And the MIMO, multi-input, multi-output, and the MIMO. But none of that is going to be able to get to you in time if you already can feel your own body. Which is why on our channel, the biggest thing we go over is this is human anatomy. The human biofield is on the National Institute of Health. It's your body. You should know about this because you're a human. And if your anatomy is going to be tethered to a machine, you should have a choice.
So like I said, she just admitted the whole thing. So the whole future 6G thing, it's supposed to be a whole mesh network of us being the nodes. So if you don't know what a node is picture where the towers are. Each one of those, they send it relays to the other one. So when you send like information through them, one jumps to the other, whoever's the closest, and they just keep sharing the information until it gets to the source they need to go to. You, on the other hand, give up enough I want to say Bluetooth because you're ether. That's what they're doing. They're making a false ether. Because if you look at how that works, it's like they're using the Lucifer pattern. You probably know it as the life pattern. It's that circle, the crisscrossing thing. Watch this. So it's flower of life. I always get confused. I know it as Lucifer's pattern. They never let you see it as Lucifer's pattern when you search it up. It's really hard to find it, but I found it in books I used to have. But this network is how they set up all the towers. But they're not telling us the point that in between all of them we're going to be. And it's easier to send a signal when you have more in-betweens than have them in the pivots. So they're making a network out of us, y'all. Just giving you a heads up. And if you got the job, you're already doing it. You're already being a part of the mesh network. Well, I wanted to add this in because abusive people do this a lot. Take control, learn, use it back against them, I guess. I wouldn't advise that. Never be an asshole back. But
here's how to win every argument forever. If you argue with facts, you already lost. Never correct first. Ask how they arrived at the idea. Never say, that's wrong. Say, that's interesting. Mirror their last 5 words and then just pause. Lower your voice when they escalate. Slow your pace down when they speed up. Agree with their emotion and always completely ignore their conclusions. Repeat their point better than they can. Let them finish talking, then wait 2 seconds longer than feels normal for you. Ask questions that you already know the answer to. Reframe all of their positions as self-protection. Never defend yourself under pressure. Change context before content. Ask for clarification at the peak of emotion. Label their fear and never their flaws. End with a question they have to sit with. All of these work for the exact same reason. You don't win arguments by being right. You win by making it safe to be wrong.
See, that's not healthy at all. You should always compel each other back and forth with facts, if anything. It's the healthy way to do it. Not trying to win an argument. You don't win arguments. You communicate and understand each other. There's no winning an argument unless you're debating each other. And don't do that. I've dated people who do things like this. And I know people have dated other people who do this. This is an awful thing to do to people. You're an asshole if you do this. There's no winning an argument when you're trying to communicate with someone. Fucking sociopath. Okay, so the next one's gonna be like a primer to like everything else we're talking about, because it's gonna go into like satanic shit.
The Matrix is designed in such a perfect way to make you constantly look outside yourself. Why do you think there's so many distractions? Netflix, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It's to constantly look outside yourself. But you need to understand that you're a spiritual being in a material body. You have a person outside the mind, the physical body. Then you have this entity who's inside your mind, the inner thinker, the inner voice, the inner person who observes the thoughts and emotions. And this is the immortal spiritual self. So people believe when they die, they go to the spiritual plane. You're already inside the spiritual world. You are the true inner self, not the physical body. And the Matrix is designed in such a perfect way to make you constantly look outside yourself, making you think you are this material body, when you're not. You are truly immortal, and you will never ever ever die. Your consciousness only shifts to new dimensions and different bodies of consciousness to evolve.
That's how the mind changes. Conjunctions will happen, your brain will open up, and you have to look inward before you look outward. Just like, in order to love someone, you have to love yourself. So unless you don't, you're just gonna be a failure at what you do. So there's other ways to apply that, but like, we are a vessel, and you're containing the entity. Like, you are the entity. You are a being of light. There's plenty of like proof that you are a being of light. We emit light. We do a bunch of weird shit. We are here's a fun little thought experiment. Think inward enough to the point where what makes you you without all this? You'll start feeling like a floating meat suit. It's weird. It's a cool experience. Everybody should do it. It's a cool meditation thing. Okay, this is where we get the nitty gritty weird shit.
Attention, some crazy creeps on an island somewhere are secretly running the world. Hey!
Sorry, old chap, but you're proving quite the caterpillar in our buttermilk.
Huh?
We're shutting you down.
Not a chance. No one can silence me but me.
That arranged can be.
What? Attention.
So that says a lot. That says a fucking lot without saying a lot. Short ass clip, and it's like, what the fuck? 26 years ago? Fuck. We've known about this for a long time. Fucking, which is Matt Groening's been part of all this. I say it again. This dude's doing the Lord's work. This judge is awesome.
Jeffrey Epstein is alive and well. He might be in Israel, but it's possible that he's being held in a mink-lined bunker someplace on some U.S. military base where he's spilling his guts. Combine that with NSA if and when we get Bill Binney back there. I continue to believe NSA is slow-rolling the president and not doing everything it can. I am quite convinced also that Ghislaine Maxwell did not come back to the United States without having a locked-in deal for freedom and happiness ever after once the show trial is over. I am quite convinced in my own mind that Ghislaine Maxwell has come back as a favor to Donald Trump with solid protections in place. And this is going to be the beginning of the end of the Zionists who not only funded Jeffrey Epstein and the pedophilia entrapment blackmail ring, which is one of 50. There are 50 of these, one in every state. Ghislaine Maxwell's arrest in New Hampshire was, in my view, prearranged, contrived. Get ready for a great trial.
I'm not allowed to say certain things, so I decided to reveal the hidden truth in this ebook. If you want to...
Don't listen. Hidden truth, they talk about Jesus and stuff. Why don't they just bring up, it's just a bunch of Talmud worshippers. But that's the truth behind that, because one big club we're not in, because we don't fucking bang knees with them. Whatever. These people are awful. Don't want to break bread with demons. Like, just know that we as the people need to stop and think about what's going on around us and know that these vampires are still alive. Like, watch this. Yeah, he's alive. These I've seen other images going around that are complete bullshit, and even I'm like, that doesn't look like him. This looks like him. Jawline, the hairstyle, how it would grow in, all this, that pampered look he has. He's alive. He's totally alive. He's fucking alive. I just want to throw this in here again. Okay, I already did a video on it, but these 4 women are not the same person. This is Ghislaine. This is some Photoshop bullshit that Wiki's saying. This is like an Australian lady, it looks like. And this looks like Kim Jong-il. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm going to do this one in segments.
Had kill switches in it. Anthony Weiner's laptop were ever released, the government would fall. Weiner's laptop had kill switches in it. It was filled with crap that wasn't supposed to be there. We never get to see it. Supposedly 9 cops watched the videos on Weiner's laptop. They had to keep leaving the room because they couldn't stand what they were seeing. And all 9 are now dead. And there's names and faces and deadness, right? They're real people. Now you can say, well, maybe they died for other reasons. I go, but it's still 9 cops. You know, it's like the 5 cops who died after January 6th, right? 4 of them were suicides. According to AI, there were about 80 cops really in the thick of things. 4 of them died from suicide.
Yeah, what are the fucking odds of that? What are the fucking odds of any of that? And like I said, if you actually go look into that case, those guys were all puking their brains out because they kept seeing awful shit. Supposedly, like I said, it was that's where a lot of that satanic shit was coming out. When you find out that they're having live births on tables and shit, and they're eating them out like on dinner plates and shit as it comes out. Like, yummy, fucking disgusting, fucking evil people, man. Finish up the rest of this clip for them.
The Clintons, Hillary's emails, and the Weiner laptop as ultimate life insurance. The deepest darkness is finally coming to light. Patriots, hold on to your seats because the nuclear payload just detonated. Anthony Weiner's laptop wasn't just some pervert's hard drive. It was the life insurance policy that kept the entire Clinton crime syndicate untouchable for decades. That infamous folder labeled life insurance, it contained the real dirt, thousands upon thousands of emails, videos, and files that expose the full scope of the Clinton Foundation's pay-to-play empire. Child trafficking networks, satanic rituals, and the blood-soaked secrets tying straight to Epstein's Island and the global elite pedophile ring. Back in 2016, when the New York Police Department seized Weiner's devices during his underage sexting probe, they didn't just find Uma Abedin's emails to Hillary. They uncovered a digital vault of horrors. We're talking about classified documents, deleted server backups, evidence of adrenochrome harvesting, ritual abuse footage, and direct links to the Pizzagate nightmare that the fake news buried. The New York Police Department chiefs anonymously screamed that if the FBI and the DOJ didn't act fast on the indictments, they would go public with everything. Comey reopened the email case right before the election to try and contain the blast, but it was too late. The damage was done. Fast forward to now, 2026, the White Hats have full control. Military intelligence has mirrored every byte from that laptop, cross-referenced it with Epstein's Black Book, Ghislaine's flight logs, and the rescued victims' testimonies from underground facilities. The life insurance wasn't protecting Weiner. It was blackmail insurance for the Clintons to keep their puppets in line. Bill and Hillary thought they could murder witnesses, bleach servers, and hammer devices to cover their tracks. But God had other plans. The storm is raging right now. We're talking treason, crimes against humanity, child endangerment on a massive scale.
Look into Haiti. I always tell everybody, you guys start with the Clinton Foundation, go look at Haiti. There's a lot of fucking missing kids from Haiti.
Stuff that makes Watergate look like a parking ticket. The laptop held proof of payoffs to silence victims, rigged elections, bioweapon funding through the foundation, and yes, the snuff-level depravity that Q warned us about all those years ago. They laughed when we said, trust the plan. They mocked when we dropped, these people are sick. But the laptop never lied. It's the smoking gun that ties the whole cabal together. Clintons, Obamas, Bushes, Soros puppets, all terrified now because the veil is torn. No more running, no more fake suicides, no more 2 bullets to the back of the head cover stories. We have it all. We caught them all. And nothing can stop what is coming, and it's happening right now.
I really hope that's true. Like, I really do. I really want these people to get capital punishment, too. Like, not like, oh, slap on the wrist. They actually, honestly, they should sit on death row for a little bit and then get, like, capital punishment. Like, not a gas changer, like, probably like a firing squad. It'd be very satisfying to even televise it. It'd be great. Not even bring Brennan Circus, bro. A lot of people would go see it. Okay, so the next few videos are going to be about tech, not biotech specifically this time, just tech. And it's not good tech. It's kind of fucky tech.
The Walmart drones, I'm just waiting on the day that one of these drones deliver the groceries to the wrong house. But that's crazy. That is wild, bro. Walmart really got drones around this hoe. Like, they really dropping your stuff in the sky. The Walmart drone.
Hey, that's... Why don't they just start it, like, can you picture this? Because like, the way they want it set up is like some future tech shit you see in a sci-fi movie. Like I said, we already had the MAC addresses, so now they can send you and find you specifically and seek you out and bring you what you want. Like, the drone tech's pretty wild, too. If you go look at the drone tech, the shit they give out to people, like the little enthusiasts that are into it, they probably have a little bit more than the 1% like the public usually sees. But, like, the actual military budget for these things, it's, like, comical how crazy they are. The shit they can do. They have these, like, trucks that can open up on the side, and they shoot out, like, these little fucking drones, like, the size of a bee. I just seen the patent, too. Like, I just seen the patent. I've seen the patent before, but it goes around once in a while, because try to explain this to someone. Picture, like, they call it the hive or some shit like that. But they come out like a swarm of bees. They sound hungry and shit. It's scary as fuck. They have C4, and they just fry into you and blow your head up. Like, or hit you in the chest. Just take off a limb. Do whatever the fuck you want. There's enough of them that come out. There's hundreds of them that come out. And it's just like, fuck that. That's nightmare fuel. That is literally nightmare. Okay, like I said, this isn't like biotech. You might fall into it, but it's tech. It's fucking weird. It's China. So
this video is going viral right now on Twitter. It's out of China, and this woman is trying to get out of her neighborhood, which you need facial recognition for, and it's not working, so she can't leave. Of course, she could jump over like the bollards, but there's a billion cameras all over the place, which would surely catch her and get her in big trouble, but the camera system wasn't working. Now, did George Orwell know this stuff was coming around the corner by chance, or did he have a vision or was foretold what the future would entail? Because this is absolutely wild. This video is going viral right now.
Yeah. 15-minute cities have already been a thing for a while. China's been doing this for a while. And, that's actually a cool thing you guys should look into. There's people that came out from China telling you what the actual population over there. It's like 500,000. It's way, way, way smaller than what they've been telling us. Way smaller. And it makes sense, because that way you can monitor the citizens better. You can't monitor 6 billion people. You need 3 billion people to watch 3 billion people. Who's going to watch the other 3 billion people watching the 3 billion people? Someone's going to be a outlier and, like, try to make some commotion. Like, they wouldn't be able to, like, to take care of it. But 500 million people in that whole place, yeah, that's a fucking, like, easier number to work with. That's like Georgia Geisel numbers.
On Twitter, it's...
Yeah, so I should have put this one way in the beginning. I might edit it around. Who fucking knows? But probably not. I'm probably just going to throw it back here as a little spicy reminder.
The Israeli protocol is 60 sessions, 90-minute sessions, 2.0 atmospheric pressure. And what they showed at the end of this protocol is an 8-fold increase in stem cells. Yes, these are like the stem cells people are going to Mexico to get. A measurable lengthening.
Who's going to Mexico to get fucking stem cells? What?
In telomeres, which measure your biological age. And a major reduction in every inflammatory marker across a 71-panel cytokine test.
They figured out Dragon Ball Z tech. What Dragon Ball Z figured out like 20 years ago. Unless Dragon Ball Z was drip feeding us that they already had this tech. Oh, I didn't think of that. That's wild. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, you know what a hyperbaric chamber is. Like, hyperbolic chamber, whatever you want to call it, barrack. Next video. This was really, really off topic from what I usually go over. But I found it interesting as shit because they're getting kickbacks for stealing small, poor kids.
You guys with Child Protective Services doesn't want you to know. Let me tell you something that nobody inside of CPS wants you to hear. The fact of the matter is that some children qualify for federal funding. Some children don't. I'm going to give you an educated guess on which ones get taken. Okay, guys, this has never been about bad parenting. This has always been about who's eligible. You see, under Title IV-E funding through the Social Security Administration, that's a federal act, states only get reimbursed when children meet certain criteria and eligibility rules.
This shouldn't be a thing. This is not a thing it should be. This is awful.
And those rules are rooted in welfare standards. Low income, public assistance, other government programs. You guys, these are the pipelines. I mean, let's ask yourself an honest question.
I keep saying CPS is connected to a bunch of... It's just why kids go missing in CPS all the time.
Do rich kids qualify for welfare? Yeah, the answer to that is a big fat hard no. So before children even become a CPS case, there's an unspoken filter. Is the family poor? Are they eligible for assistance? Are they connected to social services in one way or the other? Because if the answer is yes, then the child qualifies. And if the child qualifies, that means the state, they're getting paid. You guys, this is why poverty is always treated as if it was neglect. It's not because the law says it is. It's because the federal government is funding it and rewarding it.
That you can't, it shouldn't be a thing. It's incentivification. That always gets abused. Look at the fucking welfare system. Everything gets abused, especially... Like, there's a lot of kids that go missing in CPS, and a lot of kids get sick and like hurt during that. I'm gonna say hurt because I don't want my shit taken down, but they're getting playground banded, and like, it's fucked up.
You see, Title IV-E funding doesn't give CPS the authority to remove the children. It only gives the authority to collect the funding after the children have been removed. That literally means that the money follows the children, not the truth. And this is
that's incentivification. That's fucking awful.
Exactly why you keep on seeing the same families and generations targeted over and over and over again throughout the generations. I mean, single parents, parents who maybe have gone through CPS themselves as a child, disabled parents, parents who are asking for help. Not wealthy families, though. Oh, Lord, no. No. They have private doctors and people who fight their fights for them. But yeah, let's just face it, though. Wealthy families, they still have abuse issues. They still have neglect issues. They still have other issues that CPS would normally...
They have money for a lawyer also.
Go after a low-income family for it. The wealthy families, those kids, they just don't qualify for federal funding. That means CPS is going to lose interest. It's not about the kids. It's about the funding. The fact of the matter is that poverty is not abuse. Needing help every now and again is not neglect. And receiving benefits because you are struggling, that doesn't qualify as probable cause. But the
CPS is a fucking goblin. They snatch up children from lower income families because they don't, because the government, because the state told them to.
The system is treating eligibility as if it's justification, and that simply violates the Constitution. You guys, here's the truth. Once a child enters the CPS system, the funding can follow them for years. Foster care,
that's so
guardianship,
what the fuck?
Adopt.
Do the kids even get a chance to get any of that? There should be, if that's the case, why isn't there like a small nest egg account made for these kids or a trust where it's left to them and it compounds over time? So the kids have something. So when they get out, because if the CPS is just taking all the shit and the kids are getting nothing but dick and like literally they're getting nothing out of it.
Option, you guys, that's not protection. That's a business plan. You guys, CPS is not targeting families because they're dangerous. They're targeting families because they're eligible for federal funding. And once you start
the way you keep saying eligible, do they qualify the quantification of what makes them eligible, or do they already have to have it? I can already tell that you have to. They already have it. One that they're already getting pulled, but like, is it going to like? Do they apply for them? Like, do they force inject it?
Standing Title 4E.
Like, oh, the parents both make this much, but they don't take welfare. They don't want to take it. Well, the kid qualifies for it. Blah 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 blah. That's fucking evil.
Funding.
That's fucking evil.
The entire system starts to make sense. You guys, poverty is not abuse. Or
the kids. No, even then they have right. The kids have rights. They're American. How is that for? It's not forcing them into a binding contract.
Neglect. But in the CPS world, poverty is profitable. You guys, knowledge is power.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up. That shit's fucked up. Okay, this one, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. It's a full 10 minutes long. The shit goes down on this, but she brings up the whole thing I always keep bringing back and how they're all like related.
Epstein was the scandal. That was the bait. Real architects sit on thrones, wear robes, and drink wine while feeding on children's souls and Vatican crypts. Look, let's name what they won't. The 13 bloodlines that run the world aren't who you think. Orsini, Aldo Brandini, Pallavicini, Medici, Breakspear, Farnese, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Warburg, Hanover, Lee, Bruce, Habsburg. These are not old money. They are Baalic parasitic bloodlines. Ritual sorcerers who hijacked empires and installed
Druids, like I would call them. They're just druids. They want you to think they're magical. Don't give them power.
mind control systems under the illusion of religion, politics, and finance. Where's their origin point? Venice. The black Venetian nobility ran Babylonian blood cults under Catholic masks. They merged with the Vatican, embedded
That's where you get the black popes and stuff.
into the Jesuit priesthood, and exported global slavery through maritime law, trapping you in...
It wasn't just one black pope either. After it was actually all of them all corrupted after a certain point. They're all pretty evil, but it depends on what point they become.
birth certificates, taxes, and silent contracts with no consent. Venice wasn't a city of romance. It's a sacrificial basin. Why do you think the Pope wears a fish hat? That's not Christian.
It's Dagon worship.
That's Dagon, a Nephilim water demon. Look, Epstein wasn't a financier.
That's where the whole joke of when you're having hiccups and you say, I am not a fish, the idea comes from that, because you're not a fish. Are you a fish person? You go back and you start looking at like the Phoenicians and stuff, and you start going, I remember the other ones where there's a lot of weird red-headed people coming up and fish people. Like, they all their origin says they came from the fish. But then again, if you go into actual more history about shit like this, you find out that, like, there's supposed to be, like, if you go in the water and you go down deep enough, you can go to the other rings. And I sound crazy when I say that part, because a lot of people don't know that. But, like, that's a whole thing. That they believe it. So, they're way above me. So, I'm going to probably take their information and not listen to the crazy plebs, not like us in the bottom.
He was a human trafficker for the priest class. He ran blackmail rituals for the elite, orgies timed to celestial gates, using children pre-programmed through MK Ultra satellite nodes. Who funded him? Rothschild-backed banks. He admitted this. Mossad and CIA intelligence mergers. Chabad Lubavitch financiers masked as philanthropists. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell still alive? Because her father, Robert Maxwell, was a triple agent field operator for the Vatican, Chabad, MI6 axis. Epstein's Island's temple is a mirror replica of Baal's altars in...
When you see yeah, that is 100% true. That's when I see that, like, that's a murder temple. That's a murder temple if I ever seen a murder temple. It's even got the copper dome on it, unless it's real gold. That's a place to open portals to places below.
Ancient Tyre. Literally, the owl statues, not for aesthetics, they're
it's Moloch worship.
Invitation gates for entities.
The owl's eyes, but Moloch worship. It's a whole bunch of shit. This is what they say. They don't just worship one god. They worship a pantheon of them. Like they're the black nobility. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna pick it back up.
Comment, scroll, and I'll send you the full decoded map. Families, cults, islands, bloodlines, oaths. Nothing hidden. Everything unveiled. Think about it. Why do the Masons...
We need to do this. The only way that we can fix all this is just keep repeating to everybody. It's working. It's working. People are waking up to a lot of shit. I pay attention to all that. People are like, compared to where it was like 5-6 years ago, no one knew shit about anything that was going on in Israel. Now everybody knows everything that's going on over there. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Care more about rituals than politics. Because politics was just a front. The true power is ritualized trauma. Here's exactly how they move. Jesuits equal infiltration and education. They wrote your textbook, scripted your news, and flipped your morals through semantic inversion. Freemasons equal gatekeeping plus maintenance grid. Lodges are ritual fields, not clubs. The checkerboard
It's brainwashing. That's all that means.
floor, it's a dimensional binding grid.
It's a brainwashing tool. It alters the mind into a different state.
Chabad Lubavitch equals economic controllers of AI, neuroscience,
Brainwashing can be positive if you want the people to succeed in the room.
and cloning. They bankroll the puppet governments, own biometric patents, and sit on quantum computing boards. All three.
Quantum computing is ridiculous. I just believe that all that's just to summon demons and talk to them. Like, it's all big black cubes, and even the creator of like quantum computing, even he says, "Yeah, we're contacting demons. That's what we're doing." Different entities from another realms, what he said.
We serve the
That's how it
Black
works.
Sun Priest.
The fucking things, the way it works is it's them answering through it. It's fucking
Shadow
God,
Vatican that
God.
answers to no government, no court, no God you were taught about. They install presidents, they run wars for soul harvest, and they script pandemics not just for population control, but for ritual sacrifice.
I don't see. That's what you start losing me with that. I don't believe really as many people died as they did, but I do believe that everybody's dying now because they got the thing, and that's considered the sacrifice.
An initiation of mass trauma
We're gonna
loops.
help you,
Look,
but we're gonna
everything you were taught was a ritual veil. They fed on your doubt. They survived by your silence. But you're the anomaly. You remember. Comment scroll below, and I'll send you the unredacted.
Yeah, okay. I've seen this one, and it does point out a lot of shit I would tell you guys to eat, and everybody else and myself. Like, if you want to be healthy, detox yourself through like heavy metals and stuff, you eat a lot of this stuff. He points out.
Understand that every so-called disease is linked to a mineral deficiency.
Yes.
Here's the best foods and the best herbs you can take for any mineral deficiency you're dealing with, family. It's always natural ways. Let's get healthy.
Always eat whole foods. Make your own food. Always heavily salt it. Try to stay away from most dairy. It's not good for you. I used to drink it all the time. It's really not. It actually destroys your gut health, and it gives you a bunch of awful bacteria that you don't need. Unless you have real whole milk, like from a cow, like straight up from the cow, no pasteurization. Eat eggs too. Add eggs to your diet a lot. But mineral deficiency is what causes most disease, and what like vitamin D deficiencies, like you said, minerals. But you get that from the sunlight. You need to go outside. You need to go outside and, like I said, eat salt to make sure you process all this food. And exposure to like household chemicals and shit, or even shit outside. That's another reason. Just don't go cleaning the whole house with bleach and ammonia or something stupid, or just Clorox or something. Just go buy some chlorine and mix it if you really want to make your own bleach. At least you know you're not getting any weird added chemicals in there for no reason. Yeah, have a great day, everybody.